Hi, I'm Gus Johnson, and I'm proud of the history behind Ford. So here we go. Ah, yes, Ford's humble beginnings.
It all started with a man named Henry Ford, experimenting in his Detroit coal shed. This is where the first quadricycle was created in 1896, and shortly after, the birthplace of Ford Motor Company. In just over 5 years, Henry produces the Model A, then the Model K, and later the ever-popular Model T. Historically, though, Henry's greatest contribution to the world was his version of the assembly line. This assembly line cut production time down from 12 and a half hours to a little over 2.5 hours per car. This revolution dramatically cut costs, allowing Henry to double his employees' wages and effectively lower the price of cars, making vehicles affordable to everyone. By the 1920s, Ford was leading the way in auto sales. Over 55% of all cars bought in the U.S. were Ford. By 1932, Ford created the first ever V8 motor. It's hard to believe now how the same technology used in this prototype was going to power trucks and, more importantly, Mustangs in the future. In 1941, Ford agreed to join the United Automobile Workers of America. In 1946, Gus Johnson, that's me, is born. Unfortunately, only a year later, America loses the visionary, entrepreneur, and founding father, Henry Ford. Perhaps this period is kind of a passing of the torch, because as I grow, so does my passion for the auto industry, particularly Ford. After graduating from WSU, my first job was an obvious choice, Ford Motor Company, Detroit. 10 years later, I ventured out to buy my first Ford dealership in Grangeville, Idaho. But things were a little slow in Grangeville, so I returned to Spokane in 1985 and continued my career at Empire Ford. However, by 1992, the opportunity I've been waiting for finally arrived. I was able to buy McCullum Ford. During the next few years, we established relationships in the community with the Spokane Indians and the Spokane Chiefs, and by 1998, we renamed McCullum to Gus Johnson Ford. In 2001, we worked with the ad agency Quinn to establish the first auto row, uniting local new car dealerships along Sprague Avenue. 2004 was a great year for Gus Johnson Ford, as this was the year we first received Ford Motor Company's highest honor, the President's Award. Not to mention, this was the year the antenna ball was born. The next few years were filled with several events, but my personal favorite was working with the local Ford dealerships to create Ford of July in 2005. The following 2 years, we won the President's Award again and again. In 2010, we had the pleasure of being honored by Washington State Representative Kevin Parker at his Breakfast of Champions event. By 2013, we remodeled our showroom and became proud sponsors of EWU.